Here we have Miss Serena, and she's about to spot a cat right here in the driveway, and I correct her with the e-collar and correct her again when she looks that second time. And the reason we're doing that is because she does go after cats, so we want to get her at the right time. So here she's going off the road a little bit, and that's for a good reason. We had a car in the middle of the road, and right here a dog runs up to the fence, makes a bunch of noise, and is doing a lot of barking. So I used the leash to correct her this time instead of the e-collar to give her a little direction and keep her from going too far or getting too spooked. And rightfully so, because I was spooked as well, just hearing the dog come up like that. It was very abrupt. So here, this part of the video is in 4 times fast forward, I believe, and I'm talking to my neighbor. They were outside, waved to me, so I went over there, had a chat with them. She's at the point where she can, maintain a down while I'm chatting with them. Now she goes to get up, and then I have to correct her as soon as I notice her up, which is, right away is when you want to notice these things. Now that timing is very important. And correct her and then reinforce that down. But other than that, we're standing there for, at least 6-7 minutes, and she did a very good job with that. It can be very difficult for dogs when they're outside. They got cars going by, and I'm talking to a couple people. So she did a very good job with that. And the video is going to kind of go from regular time into fast forward. This is a double time fast forward. And we're inside of Lowe's, just working the dog a little bit and getting her around some people and doing some downstays with her. And she does a very good job. And at the end of the video, I see a gentleman that I have, again, same situation where I see a guy, he's talking, he starts asking me about the dog, and I put her in a downstay. That part's not in the video, the conversation I have with him. I have her in a downstay, and he's just talking to me about dogs. Again, another, good 5-minute conversation, which is a very good experience for her to, be able to hold that command around people in different environments is huge. And that's actually the gentleman I ended up talking with. So here we are at a park. So we got a huge soccer game going behind us. There's like at least 100 people over that way watching and participating. And then in front of us is a couple of dog parks, and there's a whole lot of action happening where there's 5-6 dogs in the dog park directly in front of us, and a bunch of people. There's even children in there on bicycles and kind of roaming around. So there's just like a lot of stimulation for her. She is a dog with a bite history of a human and at least one dog that I know of. So it is very difficult for her to want to stay out of it when she can hear dogs fence fighting and doing things like that. So she's doing a really good job. In the beginning, the first few times we bring her there, the first few days she would break the down. We would have to reinforce that. And the more you do that, the more consistency you have, the better she's going to be at it. So we're probably around, I would say, about 30 feet from the fence. This is a GoPro, so it looks like we're pretty far away, but in reality the sidewalk is about 10 feet away from us. And she's doing a really good job because people are walking by with dogs who are trying to come after us. They're barking and pulling towards us, and she's doing a good job of ignoring all those things. And again, it can be tough for a dog with a history of that, especially if they have aggression like she does. And it starts with the genetics, and then years of practicing just even, feeling aggressive around other dogs is going to make it very difficult for her to drop that. So the best thing we can do is teach them some basic commands and give them some positions to learn and let them understand that, hey, if you break that position, I'm going to hold you accountable. So that gives the dog some type of motivation to not want to break the position. And here we are going up, just up a hill at the same park. So that kind of gives us a vantage point where she can see, again, this is in double time, where she can see all the people and stuff like that and just practice, again, not reacting. This was just kind of a treat for her to do after being by the dog park and with all the people on the soccer field. As I just brought her to this hill and just ran her up just for a little exercise, just to kind of have a good time before we head home. So getting the dog out in public, it is just super important to always be reinforcing whatever it is you're asking the dog to do, and getting them to understand that there's not a choice. If you don't do what we're asking, then we're going to give you a correction. All right, so here on the bike with her, and again, this is going to be, I think, 8 times fast forward, and I'm just going to kind of let this play out with some music. And this is kind of our whole excursion out of the little highlights that I showed in the beginning. So this is kind of, like I said, our outing from start to finish. She did a really good job, and it's okay for the dogs to react to things, because that's when we can correct them and give them information on what we don't want. So it's not a fail if the dog reacts to something. It's actually a good moment in time to teach them what we do want from them. And typically what we find is in the beginning of doing any exercise with them, our correction leads to compliance. So again, the correction leads to compliance.